Housekeeping Matters, ein paar Dinge. Und zwar erstens, wir sind hier in einem historischen Gebäude. Deshalb würde ich euch bitten, dass ihr das Gebäude und die Umgebung mit Sorgfalt behandelt. Bitte keine Fotos machen. Diese Veranstaltung wird live gestreamt, ihr könnt dann online auf das Material zugreifen. Falls jemand aufs WC muss, das WC ist ein Stockwerk unter uns, also einfach hinten raus und die Treppe runter. Bitte Mobiltelefone, Handys auf lautlos schalten, damit wir die Veranstaltung genießen können. Supi. Then I will continue in English. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the founder of the One World, One Family mission, Sri Madhusudan Sai, I welcome you all here at the Palais Liechtenstein. And this afternoon, we will learn more about Greece. Now, my name is Thomas Seidling, and I serve as the president of the local chapter of the One World, One Family mission. And today, we will learn more about Greece, yeah? We all know Greece. Most of us do from holidays, but actually there is so much more about this country, so much more fascinating things, very deep culture. In fact, we have all our, most of our philosophy comes from there. So it's going to be a very interesting event. Before we get started, just really quickly, we as One World, One Family do this because we believe, One World, One Family is actually more than just a word. It actually means that we all, we may speak different languages, we may come from different countries, but at the end of the day, we are all a family of humanity. And just a little personal anecdote, personally, I've come to realize this over time. When I was a teenager, and even in my 20s, I really enjoyed pursuing things, sports. I was in the Austrian national team, competing, business, and all of that. And, it's joyful. And it's okay, but I've come to realize a different kind of joy over the years. And that is not a joy that is at the end of something, where you strive to achieve it, to experience joy and satisfaction. But it's a joy of just doing something meaningful to others. And that is really what, for me, One World, One Family is about. Doing meaningful things for others. Now, on this note, I will hand over and open this day. Welcome everyone, herzlich willkommen, and enjoy the program. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. So, dear friends, thank you for joining us here at the One World, One Family Festival in Vienna. This afternoon, we're going to celebrate Greece. So let us all rise together and sing the national hymn of Greece. Distinguished guests, dear friends, and members of the One World, One Family mission, welcome to this special gathering here at the Stadtpalais Liechtenstein. which has a history of over 300 years. A very special welcome to Mr. Stamatis Messinis, the Second Secretary of the Embassy of Greece in Vienna. Please also give a warm welcome to the founder of the One World, One Family mission, Sri Madhusudan Sai. This afternoon, we're going to celebrate Greece, a land where mythology and sacred heritage meet vibrant folk traditions and sea-washed landscapes. Your presence affirms the spirit of unity that this festival embodies. One world, one family. The One World, One Family Festival Vienna is indeed a cultural celebration that has brought together artistic expressions, traditions, and performances from many nations. This festival was conceptualized by global humanitarian Mr. Sai, the founder of the One World, One Family mission. To open this afternoon's celebration, let us turn to the very heart of the organization. Its mission, which touches and uplifts millions across the world each day. I invite you now to join me in watching the One World, One Family Vision video. Can we please have the video?
One world, one family is the ethos at the heart of our mission. This ideal comes from an ancient Indian principle which considers the whole world as one global family. And as a family, we believe all our family members deserve care and support. Across the globe, we serve millions through three main pillars: nutrition, education, and healthcare, all completely free of charge. The Annapurna Morning Nutrition Program began in 2012, providing breakfast for just 50 children, and has since grown to become India's largest morning nutrition program. Today, millions of school children across India and beyond receive the Sai Shore multi-nutrient supplement, helping them begin each day nourished and ready to learn. At our mission, we believe education is every human being's birthright. With a global presence and multiple campuses throughout India, we provide free education from grade 6 to doctorate studies, ensuring every student receives a well-rounded, values-based education that combines high-quality academics with moral and spiritual values. The Sri Satya Sai University for Human Excellence opens doors previously unimaginable to children from underserved communities. By offering quality higher education to those traditionally overlooked, and with a strong emphasis on empowering women, we're breaking the cycle of educational disparity and promoting gender equality in education. Meanwhile, our Skill Development Center equips rural youth with job-ready skills, and our scholarship program supports education for thousands of rural children. Our commitment to empowerment is also demonstrated by People's Shores, an impact sourcing organization in the United States. We help youth from marginalized communities gain skills for the digital economy. This innovative model delivers high-valued business services while transforming lives and uplifting communities. Our vision for accessible medical education became a reality in 2023 when Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi inaugurated the Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research, India's first free, private, rural medical college. This institution aims to nurture noble-minded healthcare professionals who are dedicated to serving the underserved members of our society. Our healthcare mission goes beyond treating illness. We're pioneering solutions to bridge critical gaps in accessible medical care. And through our network of wellness centers, mobile hospitals, and multi-specialty facilities, we bring free healthcare directly to underserved rural communities. From preventative care to complex surgeries, at our hospitals, there are no billing counters. Since 2016, we've expanded beyond India to serve communities across the globe with the singular goal of leaving no person behind. Exemplifying this idea, our Sri Satyasai Sanjeevani centers form the world's largest chain of free pediatric cardiac hospitals, giving new life to children with heart defects. Continually growing needs worldwide, we're expanding our healthcare facilities with the world's largest free hospital, a 600-bed facility that demonstrates our dedication to accessible healthcare for all. Our vision is clear. A society where life's value is measured not in wealth, but in compassionate service to those in need. And this vision only becomes a reality with the contribution and generous support of our global family. After all, we are all one world, one family.
So Greece is more than a country. It is a living history of wisdom, community, and culture. From the timeless myth that shaped civilizations to the vibrant traditions that continue today, Greece reminds us that heritage is not only preserved, it is shared. Today we honor its spirit of community and the values it shares with our missions: solidarity, service, and the joy of giving. In Athens, our volunteers of the One World, One Family mission serve several hundred families in need every single week, while also supporting projects of the One World, One Family mission across the globe. It is now my deep privilege to invite Mr. George Tsiofas, entrepreneur and the leader of all volunteer activities in Greece, to address us and take us through a short presentation about Greece. Please come to stage.
Thank you. Beloved Sadhguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, Dr. Kalangos, Mr. Kokinos, distinguished guests, good afternoon. It is my privilege to present a brief introduction to Greece, a nation whose rich history, culture, philosophy, and values have profound influenced humanity and continue to inspire the world even today. So let's have a view at Greece at a glance. Greece is a beautiful nation in southeastern Europe with a population of approximately 10.3 million people. Its capital is Athens, named after Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom, symbolizing the country's deep connection to knowledge and learning. Geographically, Greece is renowned for its mountains, coastlines, and thousands of islands, creating one of the most unique landscapes in Europe. The country enjoys a Mediterranean climate with warm summers and mild winters. Greek is the official language, and the euro serves as its currency. Greece occupies a special place in world civilization as the birthplace of philosophy. The teaching of Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, and Pythagoras laid the foundations for ethical thinking, scientific inquiry, and education across generations. The values they championed, truth, moderation, courage, wisdom, and hospitality, remain highly relevant in today's world. Greece also gave us remarkable historical figures such as Alexander the Great and Hippocrates, whose contributions continue to shape leadership, medicine, and human progress. Its heritage sites, including Delphi, Meteora, Mount Athos, and the Acropolis, stand as enduring symbols of spiritual and intellectual achievement. Greek culture is deeply reflected in its cuisine, which is celebrated worldwide for both its flavor and health benefits. Traditional foods such as Greek salad, moussaka, spanakopita, tzatziki, and baklava showcase the importance of wholesome ingredients, olive oil, and community dining. Traditional attire, including the fustanella and the Amalia dress, reflect Greece's strong cultural identity and respect for its heritage. Greece is also a land of artistic expression. From the ancient theaters that gave birth to drama, to traditional dances, such as Kalamatianos and Pendozali, the arts have always played an important role in Greek society. Music, particularly the bouzouki tradition, which we will see today, continues to connect generations and preserve cultural memory. Modern Greece has produced outstanding literary and artistic figures, such as Odysseas Elitis and Manos Hadzidakis, whose work faces contemporary challenges. These include health concerns related to nutrition, pressures on healthcare systems, an aging population, and issues of poverty and social exclusion. Yet, these challenges also create opportunities for communities, institutions, and citizens to come together in serving and compassion. When people think of Greece, they picture the islands, the ruins, the light of the Aegean. But tonight, I want to tell you about something that you cannot photograph: the values that have held my country together for 3,000 years. We have a word in Greek that has no real translation: philotimo. The closest we can manage is love of honor, but it means much more than that. Philotimo is the quiet instinct to do what is right, not because anyone is watching, but simply because it is who you are. It is the grandmother who sets an extra plate at the table for a strange person, for a fellow person in need. It is the boatman who pulls people from the sea and asks for nothing in return. Philotimo cannot be taught and cannot be bought. It is perhaps the truest thing we have. For this same root comes another word, which the whole world has borrowed: philanthropia, the love of humankind. Long before charity was an institution, it was for the Greeks a way of seeing other people. To be human was to recognize yourself in the face of another, especially in the face of someone in need. And then there is philoxenia, the love of the stranger. In ancient times, we believed that any traveler who knocked at the door might be a god in disguise, sent to test your heart. So you fed them, you sheltered them, and you protect them before you ever ask their name. That belief saved people. It is why on small islands with almost nothing, Greeks have again and again opened their homes to those arriving with even less. When the world saw a crisis with refugees in the Aegean, the people of island of Lesbos and Kos saw human beings, and they did what philoxenia has always demanded. I do not tell you this to boast. Greece is not a perfect country. We have known poverty, hardship, and years that broke many of us. But I have learned that values reveal themselves most clearly when life is not easy, when life is hard. And in our hardest years, I watched neighbors share what little they had. I watched strangers become family. I watched family stop being a word and become a word way of surviving together. That is the lesson my country offers to the world tonight. Generosity is not a luxury of the rich. It is the dignity of the human being. You do not give because you have enough. You give because it is what makes you whole. So if you take one thing from Greece this evening, let it not be a postcard. Let it be this. Φιλότιμο, philanthropia, philoxenia. Honor, humanity, and a door held open for the stranger and the needy. Those are not relics of the ancient past. They are an invitation to live a little more generously, a little more bravely, and to remember that the measure of a people is not what they own, but what they are willing to share. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Stufas, and a warm welcome to the Second Secretary, Mr. Stamatis Messinis. Thank you. So now we welcome our founder, the founder of the One World, One Family mission, Mr. Sai. His vision is simple but yet so powerful. When we care for each other across borders, we discover that compassion is the strongest force in the world. So please come to the stage.
A very good afternoon and namaste from India. It's always a pleasure to meet people from around the world because they are just brothers from other mothers. But this is the same thing when I visited Greece a couple of years back, and I keep visiting Greece every year thanks to Yorgos Siufas, who has always been organizing this and who is behind today's festival too. I'm very grateful to the guest of honors, the minister, as well as the Second Secretary, for being here, Dr. Kalangos for being a part of this, Mrs. Kalangos, and all the wonderful young people from in and around this place who have made it here to this afternoon festival. I know afternoons are difficult, but you have made it here, so I'm very glad about it. Wonderful three words that George has left us with. You know, the idea of most important part, as he said, is that the idea of humanity, which is core to the One World, One Family mission. While philanthropy exists, which is to do the right thing or the good thing, to be doing the honorable thing. But my favorite word is philanthropy, love for each other. I think that is what human society is all about. And when there is love for each other, philanthropy, love for stranger happens on its own, because nobody is a stranger in a society where we all love each other. We all feel that we are a part of the same family. I discovered this word philanthropy under the guidance of my mentor, Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba, who loved people and he did everything for them. And he told, love cannot be just a thought, a feeling. It has to be action. It has to be converted into meaningful action. And service is the expression of love in action. So love in action is service, service to each other, and that's the most important value this One World, One Family mission carries, that we just don't love each other, but we serve each other. And we serve unconditionally, not without any expectations, without any personal desire or ambition. Service for the sake of service, and whoever it is. And you saw in the video, a lot of people are served from around the world. And a couple of years ago when I was in Greece, we started this chapter, thanks to this wonderful gentleman, Yorgos. He plunged in immediately when there was a Syrian crisis that was on. There were a lot of refugees who were coming in boats, crossing Mediterranean Sea in such cold weather, many losing their lives, and they would land on the shores of Greece, and there was nobody for them. That is the time this foundation rose to the occasion. They went out, served food, served medicines, built shelters, small tents for them, gave them warm clothing, till the government figured out what to do with them. This NGO was already there working for all of them. Until today, they continue to serve, and that makes me very happy because that is true philosophy of our institution, which is philanthropy. And thank you so much for doing that. And because this room is full of so many people, I just wanted to show a little connection between Greece and India. 2,500 years ago, a great philosopher, as you know, Socrates, told that he is a world citizen. I read in his philosophy that he called himself a world citizen. And 2,500 years down the line in India, I know of a poet where I come from, Bangalore. Near that, his name is Kuvempu, and he talked about Vishwamanava or world citizen. He said, let us be world citizens. Let us not just be citizens of our country, but let us be people of the world, beyond boundaries, beyond borders, beyond all the limitations of human existence. So we are here to celebrate this world citizenry. And Vienna is a place which truly is like a mini world. I was told yesterday, over 189 countries, people reside in Vienna. It means almost every person from around the world lives in Vienna. So Vienna is a home to so many cultures, so many countries, so many people from so many walks of life. I thought the best thing to do is to do a small festival over here where we celebrate a few countries where all of you can come together, learn about each other's culture, get to know each other, and expand your horizons, understand everybody as a part of this wonderful family. So today we celebrate Greece this afternoon, and I'm so very happy because Greece has given so much to the world, from the philosophy of Socrates to the medicine of Hippocrates. All of it is Greek. And I'll leave you with one last suggestion or advice. And I'm told that because we run a medical school, and in the medical school there is a Hippocratic oath, and the essence of the oath is first do no harm. It means try to help as much as you can, but if you can't, please don't do any harm because of your ignorance. But people ask me, not doing harm, is it equal to helping? I said no. Not doing harm is not helping. Helping takes a special effort to go out of your way to do something for somebody. Most of us do no harm to anyone. We live a very good life. We do not break laws. We do not cause trouble to others. Is that enough is the question. No, that is not enough is the answer. The answer is go a step forward and do good, do help, do service. That's when we truly become philanthropists, true human beings who love each other, serve each other. That is the core of this mission. So I'm looking forward to some wonderful Greek music, and I'm sure those who appreciate Greek music would know it is such a happy rhythmic music. People will feel like getting up and dancing. Stick to your chairs. That would be the suggestion. This is a wooden floor, and it won't last long if we all dance. But the wonderful beats, the amazing rhythms, and that is something that makes Greek music very lively and very, very enjoyable. So looking forward to that. And we have a Greek musician who teaches our students in India, the orchestra. His name is Dimitris Lambrianos, and he is a Greek-born American musician. He is also going to be performing alongside everybody. So looking forward to this wonderful afternoon. And may we all live in this philosophy of philanthropy where everybody loves everybody else. Nobody is a stranger. Everybody is a family. And we just love and serve each other. That is the idea of One World, One Family mission. Wishing you all the very best, especially so many youngsters in this room. Future is yours. What you do is what will make the world a better place. I know we haven't done very well. We are trying. But you have so much more in your hands to change the world for the better. So all the very best for your future. And looking forward to this afternoon. Thank you so much.
This afternoon, as just said, we are honored to welcome celebrated artists from Greece, musicians who represent both the mainland and the islands. Welcome on stage.
Thank you, everybody who were here with us that lovely afternoon in Vienna. It was our really big pleasure to play for you quite various repertoire from the Greek, really wide. No, I'm just trying to find a poetic word. No. I love the word palette. So it's a huge palette of colors, the Greek heritage. So we played from Epirus to Thrace and Creta to Bouzouki tradition. So I would like to introduce everyone separately. We had Yannis Rizopoulos on the percussion. Thank you, Yannis. Manousos Klapakis as well on percussion. Thank you, Manousos. Thodoris Yarkas on the double bass and on the lira. Thank you. Theodosis Sikiotis on the lute. Thank you, Theodosis. Kostas Tsarouchis on the oud. Thank you, Kostas. Manolis Christodoulou on the canon. Yannis Michailidis on the singing and the podic lira. Thank you. My dear friend Angeliki Pardali on the great singing and santur. Haris Likos on the violin. My name is Panos Kouteris. I play the winds. And thank you, Dimitri and Yorgo, for welcoming us. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, Mr. Sai, Mr. Messini, may you join? May you please come to stage and join? And Mr. Sai, may I ask for your words? Oh, please.
Thank you so much for that wonderful palette of Greek music, which had so many different flavors to it, from the ancient to the recent times. And we really enjoyed all that. And some of the things were wonderfully done, and a lot of surprises in the music. It's not the way it is for others. So you're caught by surprise every now and then. There is a new turn. But I'm happy, Dimitri, that this happened. This is very wonderful. Thank you so much for all of you doing this.
Thank you very, very much for bringing us so many feelings from all around Greece and for a real journey for our ears. Thank you so much.
So as we close this afternoon's session, we warmly thank all of you for joining us and being part of the One World, One Family Festival in Vienna.
I walk around taking the view, see smiling faces shining through, children laughing, running free. The world feels light, so full of glee. The sky is blue, the sun shines bright. Everything feels so warm, so right. Love is all that we can see. Love is there for you and me. Love is filling up our soul. Love's a gift that makes us whole. 'Cause we are one world, one family, together strong in harmony. What if we build a world so bright? Not just a dream, but real inside.